So in the last session, we have discussed about the derivations of restriking voltage, rate of rise of restriking voltage. So I've seen the restriking voltage expression as E into 1 minus cos omega nt. Here, where the restriking voltage is maximum. If you observe this graph, the restriking voltage, maximum restriking voltage is 2 Vm. As we have seen, maximum restriking voltage occurs when omega nt is equal to pi. That means when omega nt is equal to pi, this becomes minus 1, 1 plus 1 equal to 2, 2 into E peak, 2 times the maximum value of the fundamental voltage. So this will occur at omega n into t is equal to pi. That means t is equal to pi by omega n. We can write the expression as t is equal to pi root LC. So I have seen this problem in the last session. As a recap, if you see what is the restriking voltage, the resultant transient voltage which appears across the breaker contacts at the instant of arc extinction. What is the recovery voltage? The power frequency RMS voltage that appears across the breaker contacts after the transient conditions die out and the final arc extinction of the arc has resulted in all the poles of the circuit breaker. So next, what is the active recovery voltage? It is defined as instantaneous recovery voltage at the instant of arc extinction. At the instant of arc extinction, what is the instantaneous recovery voltage? So it can be written as VR is equal to kVm sin phi, where Vm is the maximum value and K value is 1 if the three-phase fault is grounded. K is equal to 1.5 if the three-phase fault is isolated, where phi is the power factor of the fault. So the rate of rise of restriking voltage already discussed. So average triple RV is nothing but peak value of the restriking voltage divided by time taken to reach the peak value. Observe what is the time taken to reach the peak value here is, as I have seen in the previous expression, it is pi root LC. Peak value of the restriking voltage is 2 Vm and time taken to reach the peak value is pi root LC. So if you rewrite the expression, V is equal to Vm into 1 minus cos omega nt, the triple RV is given by dV by dt, which is Vm by root LC into sine t by root LC. Then the maximum value of the triple RV occurs when t by root LC is pi by 2. Then t is equal to pi by 2 into root LC. Therefore, is the time at which the triple RV is maximum. The value is given by Vm by root LC. Let us see some problems on this triple RV restriking voltage. In a short circuit test on a 132 kV three-phase system, the breaker gave the following results. The power factor of the fault is 0.4, recovery voltage is 0.95 times the full line value. The breaking current is symmetrical and restriking transient had a natural frequency of 16 kHz. Determine the rate of rise of restriking voltage. Assume that the fault is grounded. Here, because the fault is grounded, as I have seen in the previous expression, K is equal to 1. Then directly we can write the active recovery voltage equal to K into Vm into sin theta. What is Vm? They have given it is 0.9 times the full line value. So first thing is you have to calculate what is the peak value of the line to neutral voltage. Root times 132 by root 3. It is peak value of the line to neutral voltage. So the recovery voltage is 0.95 times of the full line value. They said, therefore, the recovery voltage is given by 107.75 into 0.95, that is 102.4 kilovolts. And they have given the power factor of the fault is 0.4. From that, we can calculate the sin theta as 0.916. Therefore, if you apply kVm sin theta, where k is equal to 1, Vm is 102.4 into 0.916, it is 93.85 is the active recovery voltage. What is the maximum restriking voltage? It is nothing but 2 times the active recovery voltage, 2Vm. That is 187.7 kilovolts. The triple RV given as V by T. Here, what is this V? V is nothing but maximum restriking voltage, which you have already calculated as 187.7 kilovolts. The time at which occurs, that is, we have taken this pi root LC. From that, we can write T is equal to 1 by 2 Fn. Because we know omega n is equal to 2 by Fn. From that, you can calculate the T as 1 by Fn. So they have given Fn as 16 kilohertz. So it becomes 10 power minus 3 by 2 into 16 seconds. So therefore, triple RV is given by 187.7 divided by T. If you write these values, you will get 6 kilovolts per microseconds. Let us see the next problem. In a short circuit test, in a 3-phase, on a 3-pole 132 kV circuit breaker, the following observations are made. The power factor of the fault is 0.4, recovery voltage is 0.9 times the full line value, breaking current is symmetrical, the frequency of oscillations of restriking voltage 16 kilohertz. Assume that the neutral is grounded and the fault does not involve ground. Determine the average rate of rise of restriking voltage. If you see the average rate of rise of restriking voltage, we have the expression 2 VR by pi root LC. So first we have to calculate what is the VR. As per our expression of the instantaneous value of recovery voltage, VR is equal to kVm sin phi. What is K? K1 into K2. K1 is the multiplying factor due to system voltage. So because they will give a relationship like recovery voltage is 0.99 times the full line value, like that. K2 is the value when the fault involves the ground or isolated. Here the fault does not involve ground. Therefore K2 is equal to 1.5. So then you have to calculate Vm. Peak value of the LG voltage is, they have given 132 kilovolts line to line by root 3 into root 2 for peak value. It is 107.77 kilovolts. So if you substitute all these values, the K1, the multiplying factor due to system voltage is 0.9 times. They have given 0.9 times the full line value to K2. So VR is equal to K1, that is 0.9, K2 1.5 because the fault does not involve ground, and the Vm value is 107.77. Sin phi, they have given the power factor of the fault is 0.4. From that you can calculate the sin theta as 0.92. Therefore, the value of the VR is 133.85 kilovolts. So therefore, we got VR. Then we have to calculate pi root LC. What is this? We know that Fn is equal to 1 by 2 pi root LC. From that you can calculate pi root LC, that is equal to 2 times of 16 kilohertz. So if you substitute all these values, we'll get average triple RV. The average triple RV is given as 8.566 kilovolts per microseconds. Next, we'll discuss about the rating of the circuit breakers. Rating of the circuit breakers. The importance is every circuit breaker has to work under different circumstances, that is conditions. The circuit breaker has to perform some major duties under short circuit condition, that is fault condition. What are those? To open the contacts to clear the fault, to close the contacts onto the fault, to carry fault current for a short time while another circuit breaker is clearing the fault. You'll understand all these points during the discussion of the ratings of the circuit breaker. Therefore, in addition to the rated voltage, current, frequency, the circuit breaker have the following important ratings: number of poles, rated breaking capacity, rated making capacity, short time capacity, operating duty. So first, the number of poles per phase of a breaker is a function of the operating voltage. If you observe here, is a one-pole circuit breaker, a two-pole circuit breaker, a three-pole circuit breaker. The number of poles per phase is a function of the operating voltage. So, in a power system, the voltage level at all the points is not same. It varies depending upon the system operating conditions. Due to this reason, manufacturers have the specified rated voltage at which the operation of the circuit breaker is guaranteed. So the specified voltage is somewhat higher than the rated nominal voltage. The circuit breaker is expected to operate at a maximum voltage, which normally is higher than the rated nominal voltage. That means the circuit breaker expected maximum voltage is generally more than the rated nominal voltage. What is the rated current of a circuit breaker? It is a maximum value of the current in RMS appears which shall carry continuously without exceeding the temperature limits of the various parts of the circuit breaker. That means rated current means when that current flows, when that maximum current in RMS flows, the circuit breaker, various parts of the circuit breaker temperature does not exceed specified limits. Next, the rated frequency of the circuit breaker is the frequency which it is designed to operate. So every circuit breaker is designed to operate at particular frequency. Standard frequency is generally 50 Hz. If the circuit breaker is to be used at a frequency other than the rated 50 Hz frequency, then its effects should be taken into consideration. Next, we'll discuss about the breaking capacity. So if you observe here, this is a short circuit current waveform. This is the instant of short circuit. This is a subtransient period. Next, it goes through transient period. After that, it goes to steady state. So in the subtransient period, it contains both DC component and AC component. The DC component dies out after a certain time. So once the DC component dies out, this current becomes a normal power frequency current. So it is a symmetrical short circuit current. This is symmetrical short circuit current. So this is the instant of contact separation. So we'll discuss these things. So there are two types of breaking capacities. One is symmetrical breaking capacity. The symmetrical breaking capacity, it is the RMS value of the AC component of the fault current that the circuit breaker is capable of breaking under specified conditions of recovery voltage. So if you observe here, this is the instant of short circuit. When the short circuit occurs, in the first stage, the relay will sense the fault. In the first half cycle or one cycle, the relay senses the fault. then it will give tripping signal to the circuit breaker. Then after few cycles, the circuit breaker will open its contacts. This is the instant of contact separation. So this is the current at which the circuit breaker is supposed to break the current. That means it has to interrupt the current that is flowing in the circuit. So that's why this is the instant of contact separation we are talking. So the symmetrical breaking capacity is the AC component of fault current that the CB is capable of breaking under specified conditions of recovery voltage. Why specified conditions of recovery voltage? Because this is the recovery voltage, which is a power frequency voltage. Based on this only, the subtransient region current and other currents depends. Generally, there is a current doubling effect, 2 times the recovery voltage, this voltage. In general, it is taken as 1.8. After that, 1.7, 1.6, like that. The current decreases. So that's why this subtransient current or transient current depends upon sometimes of this recovery voltage. Next, let us see the asymmetrical breaking capacity. In that, it is the RMS value of the total current comprising both AC and DC components of the fault current that the circuit breaker can break under specified conditions of recovery voltage. So, as I've seen from the picture, we can observe that the short circuit current contains both the DC component and AC component. This DC component dies out gradually because transient condition means it has both DC and AC components. In the beginning, the short circuit current is asymmetrical. It is not symmetrical about this axis. It is due to this DC component. When the DC dies out completely, the short circuit current becomes symmetrical. From the picture, we can observe that the line XX is the instant of contact separation. This AB is the peak value of the AC component at this instant. The BC is the DC component of short circuit current at this instant. Therefore, the symmetrical breaking current, which is, as we said, it is the RMS value of the AC component of the current at this instant of contact separation, is equal to AB by root 2, because AB is the maximum value, AB by root 2 is the RMS value. Therefore, the asymmetrical breaking current is given by I asymmetrical is equal to square root of AB by root 2 whole square plus BC square, AC component and DC component. Then what is the breaking capacity? Root 3 times rated voltage in kilovolts into rated current in kilo amperes, root 3 VA. This breaking capacity will be symmetrical if a rated current is symmetrical according to British practice. This breaking capacity is asymmetrical if the rated current is symmetrical according to American practice. In general, this rated asymmetrical breaking current is taken by the designer as 1.6 times the rated symmetrical current, because at the beginning there is a current doubling effect almost 2 times, that is approximately 1.8 times. Next, when you go, that as the time progresses, it becomes 1.7 like that. At this stage, you can take 1.6 times the symmetrical current, breaking current. Next, making capacity. This is one of the important ratings of the circuit breaker. Whenever the relay is sensing the fault in the first cycle or first half cycle, and after that it is giving a tripping signal to the circuit breaker will open after few cycles, and during this time the breaker has to carry the fault current. So every circuit breaker is designed to carry some maximum short circuit current. So that is called making current. So the possibility of a circuit breaker to be closed on short circuit is also considered. What is the definition of this making current? The rated making current is the peak value of current in the first cycle at which the circuit breaker can be closed onto short circuit. IP is the making current. So this includes both DC and AC. So the capacity of the circuit breaker to be closed onto short circuit depends upon ability to withstand the effect of electromagnetic forces. So the maximum force in any phase is a function of the maximum instantaneous current occurring in that phase on closing. Therefore, we can write the making current is the maximum value, the peak value of the current in the first cycle. Therefore, root 2 times 1.8 to include the current doubling effect into symmetrical breaking current. So what is the making capacity? So root 2 into 1.8 into symmetrical breaking capacity. Therefore, 2.55 times symmetrical breaking capacity, where root 2 is for peak value, 1.8 to include current doubling effect. As we said, that is the DC component at the first peak is almost equal to AC component. That is called current doubling effect. Next, short-time current rating. So here, when a circuit breaker is connected in series with other circuit breaker, when the first circuit breaker is clearing the fault, then other circuit breaker in series with that has to carry the fault current for some short period. So that is called short-time current rating. So it is based on the thermal and mechanical limitations. When a circuit breaker is carrying some heavy current, fault current for certain time, definitely it leads to some thermal and mechanical limitations, temperature rise. The circuit breaker must be capable of carrying short circuit current for a short period, while other circuit breaker in series with that is clearing the fault. The rated short time current is the RMS value. That means total current, both AC and DC components. RMS value of the current that the CB can carry safely for a specified short period. That means this is the RMS value of the current that the CB can carry for a short period. According to British standards, the time is 3 seconds. If the ratio of the symmetrical breaking current to the rated normal current, if it is less than or equal to 40, then the time is 3 seconds. The time is just 1 second if this ratio is greater than 40. So according to American Standards Association, there are two short time ratings. One is the current which the circuit breaker can withstand for 1 second or less. Another is 4-second current. So which is the current that the CB can withstand for a period of longer than 1 second, but not more than 4 seconds. That means it is a time, 1 second or 4 seconds is the time that is specified for the circuit breaker to carry that short circuit current without exceeding the thermal limitations. So rated operating duty. Here the operating duty of CB prescribes its operations which can be performed at the standard time intervals. There are two cases we can consider. One is no auto reclosing, and the one is with auto reclosing facility. Generally, auto reclosing facility is provided for the breakers. Whenever the fault is cleared, the breaker will automatically closed to continue the power supply without any interruption, without any time delay. For the circuit breaker which are not meant for auto reclosing, there are two alternative operating duties. The one is opening. There is a time interval between the successive operations. Next, closing. Another time interval between successive operations. again closing. The another one is, another operating duty is opening, some time interval, and closing. Next, according to International Electrotechnical Commission, the value of T and T dash is 3 minutes and T double dash is 15 seconds. According to British standards, there is only one operating duty for the CB not intended for auto reclosing. That is braking, and there is 3 minutes time interval, and making followed by braking without any intentional time delay, and again 3 minutes time interval and making followed by braking. To take the case 2, for a circuit breaker with auto reclosing facility, the operating duty as follows: opening, dead time, and closing. So this dead time of circuit breaker is expressed in terms of cycles. So it can be written according to British standards as braking, dead time, making followed by braking. So this is the operating duty of the circuit breaker. Let us see some problems on this rating of circuit breakers. A circuit breaker is rated at 1500 amperes, 200 MVA, 33 kV, 3 seconds, 3-phase oil circuit breaker. Determine the rated normal current, braking current, making current, short time rating current. Coming to the solution, the first question is a rated normal current. So whatever is given a rated current is nothing but the rated normal current, 1500 amperes. So what is the braking current? Braking current is nothing but, as we said, it is an RMS value. 200 MVA is given. It is 2000 MVA into root 3 into 33. That is 34.99 kilo amperes. Making current, root 2 times into, here they have given 34.99 kilo amperes. This is 1.8. Root 2 times of 1.8 into 34.99. So the making current is root 2 times of 1.8, that is 2.55, into braking current 34.99, that is 89.22 kilo amperes. What is the short time rating? The rating is expressed as the current, the braking current here so the braking current 34.99 kilo amperes that it carries, the RMS value of the current that it carries for 3 seconds, because they have given 3 seconds 3-phase oil circuit breaker. So this is the short time rating. Let's say in the problem, a generator connected through 3-cycle circuit breaker to a transformer is rated 10 MVA, 13.8 kV with reactances, subtransient reactance 10%, transient 15%, steady state 100%. It is operated at no load and rated voltage. When 3-phase short circuit occurs, between the breaker and the transformer. Determine the sustained short circuit current in the breaker. Let us see one by one these questions. The sustained short circuit current in the breaker means this is a steady state short circuit current, which can be calculated like this. Since the steady state reactance is 100%, the steady state short circuit MVA is 10 MVA. So we can write the steady state short circuit current, which is the sustained short circuit current in the breaker. Sustained means which is continuing. So 10 MVA, 10 into 1000 divided by root 3 into 13.8 kV, this is in kV. Therefore, 418 amps. The second question is initial symmetrical RMS current in the breaker. Initial symmetrical RMS current is corresponding to subtransition state. In the subtransition state, they have given percentage of reactance as 10%. So therefore, first, what is the short circuit MVA? Can be calculated as base MVA divided by this 10% reactance into 100. That is 100 MVA. So therefore, what is the short circuit current? That is given by the short circuit MVA divided by root 3 into 13.8, 418 amps. It is 4180 amperes. Next, the maximum possible DC component is nothing but the peak value of the subtransition current. You see here in the waveform, you can observe all these things. What is the DC component of current? The maximum possible DC component is peak value of the subtransition current. So there is root 2 times the 4180, that is 5910 amperes. Momentary current rating, that is, this is the momentary current rating, the current at this point. Momentary current rating can be written as 1.6 times 4180, that is 6688 amperes. So 1.6 times this DC component. Sorry, 1.6 times this short circuit current. Since it is a 3-cycle breaker, next question is the current to be interrupted by the breaker. So since it is a 3-cycle breaker, the current to be interrupted by the breaker is equal to 1.2 times symmetrical breaking current. Is 1.2 times symmetrical breaking current. So where the current to be interrupted, you have to calculate. So 1.2 into 4180. That is 5019 amperes. These multiplying factors depends upon different circuit breakers. The interrupting kVA given as root 3 times voltage into this current 5019, that is 119.962 MVA. So this is the way we can calculate various circuit breaker ratings from the given data. So to do all these calculations, one must have clear idea about the making current, breaking current, interrupting current, and well as DC component, symmetrical current, asymmetrical current, and we should have idea about various circuit breaker ratings, definitions. Then only we can solve these problems without any confusion. Thank you.